in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store
between the Washington Commanders
and the Tennessee Titans. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And off we go from Nashville.
We'll see a return here from the end zone.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones.
And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
The Titans at 7-6, a game over 500 on the year. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that. There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
19 tight, 19 tight.
They'll try and throw for it here. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt.
And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
On 1st down, they go right back to Hunt. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Kareem Hunt with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
Commanders 14, Titans nothing.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. He's going to wind up and air it out. He's got a man complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Looking to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Going for it all. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Robert Woods with touchdown number 12 on the year.
And the Titans have got it back to within a score.
And his kick is no good. It's an early miss. We'll see if that has any ramifications later here as the afternoon wears on. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
A 5-yard gain on the play. 1st down, Washington.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Amani Hooker.
And the Titans are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
When I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. So what did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Straight ahead, Gibson.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. Second and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Throwing on second and 8.
Fields.
Throw left side complete. That's Hunt. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now we've got a third down and 3. After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll run with Gibson.
Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. They'll go. It's Gibson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Antonio Gibson
punching it in from a yard away.
And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead is up to 15 now.
Commanders 41, Titans 6.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Come on.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw here.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Chase Young in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. I'm speechless. You're back in the shadow of your own goalpost. Well, talk. I don't know.
I was hoping you would keep talking.
First half, I bet.
I was hoping that you weren't speechless because I have no explanation for this. It does remind me a little bit of a playoff game in the NFL a few years back. where they ran a real trick play that was actually named after a song title. And they end up fumbling the ball deep in their own territory, set a bad tone for the game, and end up losing a playoff game. That's what that call there reminded me of.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Fields now to throw.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run it with Gibson.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. A good job there defensively to stop him for a gain of just 4, and that'll bring up 4th and goal.
Well, if this defense can hold him to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. This started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the bat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. He was able to pick up 6 yards there, so that leaves him with a 3rd and 13.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. We've seen this offense do some unconventional things thus far, but they couldn't go for it on 4th down here, could they?
Could someone patch us into the head coach's headset? Punt the ball.
They're going to try and throw.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and that will force a turnover on downs.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw again on 2nd down.
Fields. That one is slant to McLaurin.
1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4.
and a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yards.
And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Antonio Gibson with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game. And the Commanders are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
Commanders 31, Titans 6.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll drop to throw.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young.
Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. He'll look to throw. Airing it out deep for Woods. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Off play action, Fields.
He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Hunt will try going up the middle. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play.
So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top.
As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
From the 31,
Fields.
That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Terry McLaurin, touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 69 yards.
And the Commanders are pouring it on. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards and just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late. That wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
He's going to air it out deep for Woods. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Deontay Johnson from 21 yards away.
And the Titans get a bit closer.
That touchdown was for all the fantasy people out there. May not change the final outcome, but some points were scored, and maybe some of the people at home are really excited to get those.
They'll try and throw for it. It's complete. And the stiff arm proved fruitful for a second, but the daylight quickly snuffed out.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
They go play action here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Flushed out right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Commanders are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. 61 yards.
And the Commanders have got it on cruise control. Sly on for the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
The score, Commanders 45, Titans 12.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
2nd 10 coming up here in Nashville. Third quarter action.
Buffalo 18.
Back to throw.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Pass complete. He's got Woods streaking across the field. And he is going to pick up the Titans' 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Can't get away, and he's taken down.
Chase Young in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with the late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game.
They'll set up to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. Here's Fields. That's out to the flat for Gibson. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson.
A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Commanders get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on 4th down. That's what got them this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, they're fired up, and it carries over to the other side of the ball.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here we go.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
2nd down, they go again with Henry. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the 3rd quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders.
A great effort there. 26 yards.
And the Commanders are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on 4th down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone, as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
60 Maverick.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time, it yields a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. This is fielded at the 7.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. This pass complete to McLaurin going across the middle.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Play action. It's Fields.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Washington on 3rd down.
Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Here's Fields.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, I think it's pretty evident that any blowout isn't going to be big enough for them. They're already up 7 full touchdowns, and that's still not stopping them from throwing it deep downfield, taking their shots, trying to add more points.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first.
And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Ready? 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Dragon, 60.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this one is incomplete. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, if they're not content being up by this margin, they probably want more.
And if they do, go and get more. Oh, look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake because that one might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out.
On play action, Fields.
And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
Looking for Dotson, and he's got him.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the...
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Throw right side complete to Dotson. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Fields now to throw.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him.
Finding room at midfield.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
35 yards the gain there. Another first down as well. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
and he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Commanders,
it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they will head home next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals.